Nigeria may have been able to sustain its recession recovery for 6 consecutive quarters, but the lingering problem of dwindling revenue places the economy of the nation on a fragile balance. While defending the 2023-2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper, the Minister of Finance and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, disclosed that out of a total proposed budget of 19.76 trillion naira for the 2023 fiscal year, 11 trillion naira will be borrowed to finance the budget deficit. Our correspondent has details in this next report.
The federal government 2023 aggregate expenditure is projected to be 19.76 trillion. This is inclusive of government-owned enterprises. In this scenario, the budget deficit is projected to be 11.30 trillion in 2023. This is up from 7.35 trillion in 2022.
These are the numbers presented by the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, while appearing before the House of Representatives Committee on Finance to defend the 2023 to 2025 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. While 19.76 trillion naira is estimated as a total expenditure for the 2023 fiscal year, estimated revenue is pegged at 8.46 trillion naira. According to the minister, what this means is that the federal government would have to borrow 11.30 trillion naira to finance the proposed budget deficit.
If we are to assume that there will be no subsidy in 2023, we have a chance to bring this down to the threshold that is allowed by the Fiscal Responsibility Act, because that will be 3.35 trillion less in terms of deficit.
With a proposed budget deficit of 11.30 trillion naira, Nigeria surpasses the stipulated 3% threshold in the Fiscal Responsibility Act. Industry experts are not happy with this number. They say the country might very well be on its way to bankruptcy.
With the picture that the minister has painted, you may need to even borrow to be able to service the existing debt, because the revenue may not be able to cover even the debt service. So that means we are borrowing to pay salaries, we are borrowing to meet up our overhead expenses, not to talk of embarking on any capital project. So it's a major issue. It's like we are on the threshold of bankruptcy, as it were.
In the proposed 2023 budget, petrol subsidy payment is estimated at 6.72 trillion naira. For experts, cutting down on government expenditure and scrapping petrol subsidy payment is critical to the survival of the nation's economy.
The situation in the country, because of the level of poverty, it is extremely difficult now to suddenly remove the entire subsidy. But there should be a program of gradual exit. Unless we're able to resolve this issue of subsidy, either by getting out of it or by ensuring that our refineries work, or by engaging Dangote and some other private investors in private refineries to see how they can accelerate the completion of their own refineries.
Giving highlights of the 2023 budget benchmark proposals, the Minister of Finance says oil production would be pegged at 1.69 million barrels per day. But with reoccurring low production outputs, experts say until the problem of vandalism and oil theft is effectively tackled, these numbers might remain a mirage. Folashade Ogurinde, TV 360 News.